Hello YouTube! No, I have not fallen off the face of the earth. Yes, I may have almost killed myself during Thanksgiving, but we'll get to that in a minute. How are you guys? Let's see, I'm doing kind of a late week 49 update for my lap band. Again, my name is Katie. Welcome to my channel. So 49 weeks ago, I had lap band surgery on December 17th, 2009. At that time I was 308.6 pounds, wearing a size 24, and roughly like about a 3X top. My 24s were snug. I probably should have been wearing a 26, but I was like, come hell or come high water, I am not wearing a size 26. So, I probably said that saying wrong, whatever. So, okay, 11 plus months. What has happened? Well, I've lost 100 pounds, so that's kind of cool. I like to run. This Thanksgiving was a little different than the last Thanksgiving, and that would be because I didn't stuff my face like I normally would have. The last video I did, I weighed in at 206.4, and the day of Thanksgiving, that morning, I weighed in at 206.4. No loss. I'm not surprised, and here's why. It has always been a problem of mine to have really stellar days and then really cocky moments. That habit sadly has not gone away. On like the day before weigh-in, I got down to like 205. So I would have actually been able to come to you and had a loss to report, but here's what happened. I had McDonald's. I sure did. Not only did I have McDonald's, I ate like I didn't have a lap band. And I just really sabotaged myself one day, and made really stupid decisions. It sucks, you know, it really sucks, because I'd love to sit here and say 11 months post-op that, you know, oh, you don't even crave those things, and who wants yucky McDonald's? I did, and I had it, and I have to say, no, it didn't taste as good as I had hoped it would, but I still ate it, which was stupid. But that's life. This is realistic. This is my story. You know, it is what it is. You know, there are days that you know, 9 times out of 10, I am on track. And I am very accountable to the people that I am accountable with, including myself. Now, there is that one day out of the 9 out of 10 that I realize there's not 10 days. Let me back that up. 6 out of 7 days of the week, I am on it. I truly am. And not every week do I have a mess up day. But it's realistic for me to know that if there's something I am really craving, it's best for me to just have a little bit of it and move on. Because I'm telling you what, if you keep depriving yourself of something that you really want, you're going to slip up, and that's when you're going to make a big mistake like I did and just eat everything McDonald's has on their menu, apparently. Moving that aside, so Thanksgiving Day I wake up at 206.4, having no loss for the week, but not a gain. So Thanksgiving, let me tell you about Thanksgiving. I am thankful for having lap band. Truly was on that day. I had 4 different family dinners to attend in 2 days, Thanksgiving and the day after, 4 Thanksgiving meals. Some people just have 1, some at most have 2. I had 4. So I knew it was going to be a challenge, I knew it was going to be a gain, and I accepted that. Whether that's right or wrong, I accepted it. And I knew that I was going to work it off as soon as I was done having my 4 meals. I didn't count calories. I'm not even going to lie to you and sit here and say, oh, I counted my turkey and I counted my potato and or whatever. I'm not. I had pumpkin pie with whipped cream. I had cheesy potatoes. I had turkey and ham. I had Cheez-Its, I had chips, I had even a little bit of Pepsi. Literally, I didn't count calories. Here's the scary thing about that. Within a 48-hour time frame, I had gained 4 pounds. It's frustrating, but also understandable that I can try really hard for a week and lose like a half a pound, but I can turn around and gain 4 pounds like it's nothing. That's quite impressive, really, if I were trying to gain weight, which I'm not. So, what have I been doing since Thanksgiving? Trying to sweat my ass off. Plain and simple. got myself back on track. And that to me is really kind of a huge non-skill victory, because the old me in the past would have just kept sabotaging myself and kept eating like crap because I thought, I've already screwed up, I might as well keep eating. Not anymore. Now I realize that if I do make a mistake, which I've always said before, you know, if you make a mistake, if you have one bad meal or one bad day or one bad week, start over. Hit that reboot button and start fresh. So I did. So after my 4 smorgasbord of meals, I did. I went up the next day and ran outside, which I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but if my choice is to run indoors or outdoors, at this point in the game, now that I'm running 4+ miles, I'd rather run outside. And I hate that winter's coming because I can't run outside because it's negative degrees out, or it will be soon. So that kind of sucks. But you know, I was a person who did Couch to 5K on the treadmill, and I felt safe with that, and I tried to run outside early on and I just felt like I couldn't do it. But now it's so much more distracting to do it outside in a good way. So when I'm running outside, I don't realize how much time is actually going by, which is a great thing, because before you know it, my iPod shuts off whenever my music list is done, because I have it like strategically timed at 55 minutes of music or something like that. And when the music shuts off, I know I've been running for 55 minutes. So I'm like, oh wow. So that's a really cool thing. And there's so much so much to look at outside versus a treadmill when it's like constant okay. So I've been running a lot. I've been running outside as much as I can before it gets too cold, because, you know, beyond 3 miles on a treadmill, I get crazy bored. So that's that. So what else? So my 14s that I'm wearing on the bottom right now, I wear American Eagle Boyfriend Fit size 14s. I can pull them on and off without unbuttoning and zipping them. Does that mean it's time for a size 12? I'm nervous to try them on. I don't know why. In my head, I started at a size 24, and going to a 12, that's half the size I was. I know, not pound wise, but 24 to a 12, like what? Telling you what, people, if you're watching this and you're early on in the game, you are going to look back someday and be like, how in the hell did that happen? And I'll tell you, because it's hard work. It is hard work. If you think for 2 seconds that this game, this lifestyle change, this habit, whatever you're making it into is not going to be hard, you're full of crap. I knew it was going to be hard. I was ready for a lifestyle change. Did I know what that entailed early on? No. But now I know what my body needs to do and what I need to have to get me to that point. You know, it's getting harder and harder after I've lost 100 pounds. It's getting really hard, number one, to stay focused, to continue to lose weight, because I'm getting comfortable and I need to stop getting comfortable. But this is the smallest I can ever remember being. So for me, I'm like, hell, I'm skinny. I don't know what I'm doing, you know, but I'm not, and I need to continue to go because that's what I wanted to do in the beginning and still do. And 2, not sure what my number 2 was. Dang it. Damn timer. Anyway, looking back, what was I saying? Shoot. Anyway, so size 12s have been purchased. I have not tried them on. They're not even at my house. So I'm making myself wait just a few more pounds until I get to that point. So where is Wonderland? Can you please make it come quicker? I know it's not a race, but damn it, it would be really nice to be there by December 17th. That is my 1 year. 1 year. God, that flew by fast. Anyway. What else? Yeah, about being comfortable. I need to wake up, and luckily I have a great accountability team, and we kind of have this discussion today of we don't want to get comfortable. You know, we are comfortable in the skin we are in based on where we came from, but this is not our stopping point. And what can we do to help each other to make ourselves, you know, reboot and continue to push forward and get to goal, you know, get to Wonderland, get to goal and things like that. It's not by any means a race. I'm not here to compete. I'm here to complete this. And I need to remember that. It is not a competition. I'm not up against anybody else. I'm not comparing my weight loss to anybody else. You know, I am in a BlackBerry Messenger group with 2 outstanding girls. who have lost an amazing amount of weight and are both in Wonderland. That does not make me sit here and go, oh, I wish I was in Wonderland. I want to be in Wonderland because I want to get to my ultimate goal. So you have to remember to, you know, complete this process, not just compete for it. So it's important to keep that in mind, to just keep your eye on the prize and just keep pushing for it no matter what happens in the day. No matter if you have, you know, a Snickers bar, or if you ate chips and salsa, or whatever mistake you think you made, you know, start over. The great thing about this is it's not like you make one mistake and you're done for. You have the ability and option to start over, you know. I gained 4 pounds from Thanksgiving. 4 pounds. But you don't see me sitting here saying, oh, you know, I'm screwed, I don't know what I'm doing. No, I got out the next day and ran my ass off because I'm afraid of that scale going up. I don't want it to continue to go up, and that's a great non-scale victory, and for that I'm proud. So that's my story for the week. Today is Monday, so my next weigh-in will be Thursday. Entering December, which is nuts. You know, I look back to last year, and last December, I wondered. Night before surgery, I was like, God, I wonder what it's going to be like, you know, a year out from now. And I had no idea. I had no idea how happy I would be, and the great friends that I would make, and the things that it would change in my life. And for that, I'm grateful. So that's what I was thankful for on Thanksgiving, is all of you, all of my support on YouTube and off YouTube, for friends who send me random cards just because to keep me on track. I love that and I appreciate it. So I'll see you guys Thursday. Have a great week and happy December to you. Bye.